Hello friend and welcome to the book club. I have a bit of a cold today. I'm fine. I'm just I'm just cozying up in bed. And I luckily have the world's best husband. I have a little Belle that I can call him with. My mama always used to do that for us when we were sick, and I am lucky enough that I married a guy who does it too. And I have, of course, Lady Marjorie, who is the picture of health and beauty. But yeah, I just didn't feel like sewing a full dress this week. So we're doing only a little project that I'm still very, very excited for. And that actually turned out so cute, I think. And then we are going to just do a little books that remind me of summer or that feel like summer recommendation. It's just 3 books, so it's not going to be very long because I don't want to edit that much today. Before I get to the books, let me tell you about what project we're going to do today. So this was actually my mama's idea. She thought that it would look really cute, and I was so happy to do it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So that's really nice, and it was like really easy. So she came up with the idea for this like flower basket that you could still that is a basket that looks like, there's flowers inside, but that still works as a purse. And so I found this little basket. My mama got me a bunch of artificial flowers. And so, yeah, I'm really, really pleased with how it turned out. So I'm really excited to show it to you. Alright, we're gonna start with the books now. So these are just all books that really, really feel like summer to me. They just feel very just such countryside summer days. They're all Regency romances and they're all proper romances, so bit of a theme, but alright, the first one we're gonna do is Lakeshire Park. This one is so sweet and gentle and calm, and it's wonderful. The story is about Amelia. Her and her little sister Clara live with their quite unkind stepfather. He is also sort of on death's door, and he essentially tells Amelia, I promised your mother before her death that I would take care of you as long as I live, but it's sort of, not one day longer than that. And he tells her that after his death, they will have no inheritance and they will be homeless, essentially. Well, not essentially, they will be homeless. So Amelia doesn't want to burden her little sister with this knowledge, but when her sister gets this invitation to spend some time at this country estate of this young man that owns the country estate, she's like, all right, we're going there. And she's very, very much hoping that her sister will be able to marry that young man. They go there, and there's this other young woman and her older brother, and the young woman also wants to marry the guy. On the back of this, it says that it's a bit of a rivalry between Amelia and the older brother to get their sister to have more attention of the guy, which almost put me off the book because I don't like that sort of stuff. But that's really only a pretense for them to spend more time with each other, and it's almost immediately over, and they just decide, okay, we're just gonna let these guys deal with this themselves. And they have a very, very sweet romance, and I actually love it. And I love, at some point, out of desperation, Amelia considers marrying this other man just for essentially convenience, but sort of not convenient because it's just out of desperation. And I love how our guy reacts to that with, how he's well, do you love him? And just, he's so respectful and willing to help her, and I love it. Yeah, so this is delightful and very sweet, and it's wonderful. Alright. I feel like I talked about that too much already. I don't have that much footage of making the basket. It was quite a quick project. I have already made a longer video about this book, so I will link that somewhere. I think it's on that side. And I will, simply just quickly tell you about it. So Edenbrooke is about Marianne, who gets invited to spend the summer at this country estate, but on the way she gets attacked by highwaymen and meets Philip, who also lives at the estate she's traveling to. They have the most beautiful love story. It's so gentle and sweeping, and the whole book just feels like the most lovely summer day. Philip is so romantic. He reads to her and he's so interested in her art, and it's just so, so sweet. He leaves her notes and poetry books and writes love letters to her, and it's just so sweet, and I love the bit of suspense at the very end. And Marianne is so beautifully kind and quiet, but still so strong, and the ending is so, so rewarding. I love this book. I'll tell you more about the plot in the long version of this if you want to hear about it, but this is just the quintessential countryside summer book. It's so beautiful. It's just so calm and lovely, and it's delightful. There's lots of reading in apple orchards and painting out in the country and twirling around, and it's just so adorable. I love it. I love it so much. I really like it. And now the last book that I'm going to recommend today is Windsong Manor. This was so sweet and gentle. I loved this as well, and it was very like quiet in the love story. It's a bit of a forbidden romance, so that's always kind of fun. The book is about Eleonora, who is a 27-year-old widow. She was married off against her will as a teenager to this like older man that was very terrible to her. But now that he's dead and she's essentially free of him, she sort of faces a question she's never like faced before, like who am I without this man, or who am I when I like get to decide for myself? And so she decides to take her 2 kids to the country estate that her husband owned, and now she owns, I guess, or her son, because he's there, that the family owns, and to essentially, like, discover who she is. And there she meets Ridley, who is in charge of the stables, and they have the sweetest love story. He's like such a gentle guy, but also kind of rugged, and just like he's so respectful and sweet. He's just so gentle with her because, you know, she's been through like a bad relationship, and it's just so sweet. But of course, like their relationship is forbidden because they're not from the same class. And so they sort of have to be very careful with it. And it's just so dreamy, and I like forbidden romance, and it's just really lovely. I loved this. I finished it one evening. Actually, also when I had a cold. And I will say that this is this a spoiler? I'm not going to really spoil anything, but if you want to skip it, here's the timestamp. But the ending of this was almost a little bit too much cheese for me, but only almost, because I still loved it. But just also, when in life are you allowed to have everything you want if it's not in romance novels, you know? So I'm all good with that. Yeah, but this was very sweet. I loved it. And now, because I frankly don't want to twirl around outside with it, I'm just going to show you the basket. There will definitely be more Instagram videos with me and the basket and, you know, it all looking nice and stuff outside. But for now, I'm just going to show it to you like this. But it's also cute, so I'm really excited. It's actually right here. You're fine. You're good. This is the basket. Isn't it so cute? I love it. All my stuff is actually already in there, so, and it's really not like that heavy, and it's quite like nice to handle. Yeah, I just really like it. I might put a little video here of me using it, but if not, you know, just know that I'm in bed enjoying some Murder, She Wrote. Alright, here is the basket. I'm really pleased with it. I like it. Look at me go. A picture of activity. Here it is. Yeah, anyways, thank you for spending this cozy time with me, and I shall see you next week. I hope you have the best time until then, friend. Oh, and here, just for my mama-in-law, who I think only watches these for Lady Marjorie. Here she is, looking very cute.